person has an electric bill of, say, $150 per month, what would be the result of the 2.1 on top of that?
Well, the way we have it set up right now is that we have across the board $4 increase on their base charge. That is on $100 if it's 4%. Across the system, this is going to be a 2.1% increase. It will impact on residential more than commercial, because when we have done our past cost studies, we have been recovering our costs on commercial, but we have not been recovering our costs on residential. In addition, because of the changes in the TVA billing, which is the time of use, the variation in the charges we pay from month to month, season to season, will jump up and down. When we use more in the winter and in the summer, the bills that we have to pay come due faster than what we have cash to pay out with. This has been recognized by TVA. Their prior recommendation was that we have somewhere between 3 to 8% cash balances for normal operations. They have elevated that in their last recommendation. It was at the conference for accounting and finance from TVA 2 weeks ago. They have raised that from the 3 to 5 more to 8 to 16%. This is a combination of actually recovering our costs on their residential usage and building up enough cash balance that we can do day-to-day operations and pay our power bill to TVA.
I just have a question on the increase being undefined. There's nothing in the resolution that defines that 2.1%. I know we talked about 2.1, but and I know there's information that's unavailable to us presently, but at the same time, I have a problem in saying yay to an increase, especially the day and the hour we live in when we increase substantially.
At the moment, if you look at Exhibit 1 and look at the next to last column on the right-hand side, labeled column H, you can see the $4 on the base charge.
That's a service fee, right?
Yes, but that will generate the 1.2 million that our consultant told us that we need to target to get to the cash amount on hand that's required for operations.
So I guess I'm on the same thinking that you are, Mr. Tester, that it's really not a rate increase of 2.1%. It's a fee of $4 being added on to each bill every month, just a certain customer fee.
Well, if you remember our workshop, we discussed that it is very difficult to come up with an actual cost study that details what rate percent we need to change. Chris Mitchell is in the process of working on that. He told us that he could not get it by today's date. Now, what we have done is put an effective amount in here that will generate the same amount, that will basically hit the same accounts that if we had changed the rate for each individual classification of customers, the residential, GSA 1, GSA 2, and 3, that will get the same amount. Now, if